Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be reacting to a video by Green, and the titles is follow your dream. Don't follow your dream, follow your tools. Let's head right in and see how it goes.
By a reporter a question, and I'm sure he's going to publish it in a news source that's behind a paywall.
Quality is kind of too low. Synchronize it and then.
And that interview is going to be great for the people who are subscribed to that publication, but I feel like the question was interesting and good enough that I should answer it publicly in a place where everybody could see it. Or not, maybe. I don't know. This is a little bit much. I have a hard time with this, like, knowing where my line should be when it comes to, like, giving advice. But the basic...
That's true. Giving advice online is kind of... That's many advice online. That's the truth. All I tell you. That's why it comes. That's why it comes when you give out advice online. Probably you should actually reflect on your own life, and you should come for your perspectives. Yes, I think that's the main thing.
Question he asked was like, after all this time, what do you feel like is like the thing that's responsible for all, like, you doing all of these different things and having success in like many different fields and formats? So I'm going to tell you what I told him. I hope it's useful. I don't have goals. I don't have dreams. I think that the narrative that we are...
I think having a dream might actually put you down the rabbit hole of easy depression. I think so, because having a dream, you feel like changing your perspective actually is actually too hard on you. Imagine you are going for, or you have a dream of becoming a therapist, and you are being offered let me say psychology. Just give it an instance, I might not be correct, but that's it. When you are being given another choice to participate in something, but you have a dream, you feel like chasing and chasing. And what most people don't tell you about dreams, actually most people who pursue their dream actually fail almost all the time. But it's a topic for another day. Dreams actually is a very heavy killer of success. Dreams, a killer of success at a very high scale.
Taught about, like, follow your dreams should come with a huge grain of salt. In fact, if I could just take it out of our minds, I would. If there's like a place you can put it in your brain and then light that place on fire, that probably would be for the best in terms of actually having impact on the world. A dream I definitely did not have in 1988 or 2005 was being a YouTuber, because YouTube didn't exist. Now,
Yes, same thing to me. Initially, I wanted to do electrical engineering. Then I fell to electrical electronics. That's it. But right now, I don't know what I'm doing. But just moving along, following your dream might just keep you stagnant, and life is kind of unpredictable. So following one direct path might actually make you more depressed than you imagine. So there's no one part of one way actually, or one part to life. You can actually switch careers, role, life, habits, idea, beliefs in a couple of days. You might be holding that belief for years, but you might actually switch that belief in just a day, or someone might convince you. You might be keeping a hot head on that belief, but someone might actually convince you beyond reasonable doubt, and you might be pushing people towards that path all your life, just like ex-Christians, ex-Muslims, flat earthers. Yes, that kind of, you might be pushing people down that hole all your life, but someone might actually give you a reasonable reason, or something reasonable to hold, that might convince you that yes, that you believe, or that dream you had, or that vision you think is correct, was never correct at the first place. That's how it looks like.
I did have the dream that I wanted to be a science communicator, but I started making YouTube videos on January 1st of 2007, and I did not start being a science communicator on YouTube until 2011. Before I did that, I did something that was absolutely not my dream, which was I became a musician, like a touring musician. That was no...
Yes, same thing. When I wanted to do YouTube initially, I started with I wanted to do I think it was a gossip blog, but I didn't actually like gossip niche on YouTube, so I hated it. So I stopped. I fell into movie. I got copyrighted not less than 10 videos. I lose almost all my accounts because of the movie niche, and then head to faceless niche, the faceless niche channel, like short basically. So while doing the short, I said this was the best. I think this is the last post stop. I might give up on this thing. It does not. And unfortunately to me, it didn't work well. So I had a laptop which I used to do a course which my dad paid for. So after holding that laptop for a while, I decided, oh, I could actually learn video editing on my own. That was where I started doing shorts full time on YouTube. Then, after so many strikes and so many delay and many strikes, so many copyright strikes, I just decided to put out my face. Initially, I never wanted to put out my face at the first place. You understand? So holding that dream of I want to be an electrical engineer. I want to be a YouTuber that does not show a face. It might actually ridicule you. It might actually put in the pressure. Right now, I'm just putting out my face. Something I never believed I would have done all my life. So following your dream is just one way killer. That's why most people actually put pressure on themselves, because following the dream might by 8:30 I might actually stop being a footballer. Yes, by 8:30 probability of you becoming a professional footballer at that age of 30 is actually slim than you imagine. So following a dream of being a footballer might just restrict you all your life. Once you hit that 25, there are no other things like you don't have any degree, you don't have any skill, you can't survive, you might just lose hope and start feeling that depressed. Just stop chasing that dream. Even if you are chasing dream, you should have other things at hand that you pick interest. Picking interest at something might just help you clear off that dream. When it's going down, when it's going bad, yes, it will help you out as soon as possible.
Nowhere on my list of things that I wanted to do. I didn't know how to play guitar when I uploaded my first YouTube video. So if not dreams, then what? If I had to say this in like a trite little way, it would be don't follow your dreams, follow your tools. Now, in among your tools includes you, includes your values, includes what inspires you, and includes what you know, what you've learned about, what you've been drawn toward, what excites you, what you believe in. All that stuff is...
It's just like I said, I initially had this laptop, and this phone, my other phone actually got bad, so I got help from my dad to get this one. And I already had my laptop already. You can see everything is falling out. But if you decide to just fall down on that, I'm following this dream, I'm not following this dream. You might imagine I didn't agree on getting this laptop at the first place for the course. I might not have a laptop right now. Imagine I didn't want to get a new phone, or probably change this phone, or stick it down to I don't need a new phone. I don't know what I'm using phone for. You might actually just stick to one useless part, and every day you feel depressed because the things you planned for might not be working well, and you don't have any other thing you are picking interest at. So it actually leads to depression as fast as possible. That's why most people today, I'm not saying everybody who follow their dream are depressed, but most people who follow their dreams are actually depressed, and it's physically showing on their face. Every day you might most of them have bad mood, serious anxiety. Most, I'm not saying most, because imagine putting all your hope on something and it does not work out, and that's the only thing you can do at the age of 30, 40, 50. You just, to you might feel like restarting your life might be bad, but you might have wasted almost all the chances, all the opportunities, and all your ages to learn, because at age 40, 30 you might have 2 or 3 kids probably. So it's just almost zero chance and zero probability of making life better again. I'm not saying you cannot, but the odds are against
part of your toolkit. So at a certain point, I get like mental blocks for math. And so I had a hard time continuing to develop that skill, even though at first I was like good at math. And then eventually I was like, I can't figure this out. Like much past calculus, I kind of broke. And maybe I could have developed that skill more, and that would have been valuable. But man, physical chemistry turned me off. But I did, as a like a young man, have very big sort of young man goals. You know, like I wanted to be involved in like the science of ending death. That was like a big thing for me. I was like, this is my thing. And I'd read books that I had like heroes who were fictional characters who had like you. I don't need to get into details, but that's what I wanted. I like
Yes, initially I wanted to make cool stuff, but the the capital, the finance, the chance, there are no chance in life most of the time because you might be busy with other things. But the capital, the finance, and all that thing will just restrict you. You might be thinking of starting a new company today, and the capital and the finance, the chance, the support, that space which someone might actually cover for you while you are trying to make a new path might not be there later on. But not following the dream might actually help you out because you might pick interest in playing football, watching movies. You might actually be reacting to movies. That's it. So I feel like 80% of the time, if you do not have any dream, no dreams at all, just like I observed, most people I grew up with school classmates which didn't have any kind of, let me say, financial or knowledgeable skill, or they don't actually just like reading or anything. They actually succeed the most because they do not have any dream. They feel like if I should actually do this one right now, stick to it 2 3 years. If there's someone can switch to this one, switch to this one. But you that have you the people that have probably have dreams, and I actually happy that I got this idea from the age of like 16, 17 because I observed most people who had dreamed of becoming an offshore worker, a driver, a sport driver, all those stuff. They actually, most of them actually fail. The only majority of the time people actually talk about the one which succeeded. Nobody talks about those who fail. The probability of failing at pursuing a sports career is almost 100%. About only about 1 point something uh, see 400 people are being drafted every year to basketball. Do you know how many people train? Millions of people train for basketball daily. Nobody talks about the ones who people just talk about who win 80% of the time. So this is it. Following your dream will actually make you stuck to one phase of life. You feel like this world is meaningless. Is actually, and majority of people who actually make huge impacts in life earlier on didn't actually stick to one dream. They actually switch numerous category or value. They actually switch so fast. They might actually think of becoming a lawyer. They got admission to become a psychiatrist, and they will just switch for psychiatrist. They actually become uh, a psychiatrist who actually deal with uh, patients who comes from their loyal friends, and that's it. They actually have that almost what they find. But you that are sticking to law, you might actually stay 4 to 5 years at home chasing that admission to that school or chasing that career, and you might actually drop out at a point because of the fatigue. So that's it. Just chasing the dream might actually make you more horrible than I imagine.
when Catherine asked me like my dreams when we first met, I was like, I want to fix death. But really what I wanted was to like have an impact on the world. And for better or worse, I still have that one. But I just think that like having and aiming for a singular
Why would you actually fix that as your dream? That's why fixing that. That's impossible. Fixing that is just absurd.
dream
But
doesn't work. Like it means that like a bunch of other things pass by and you just like watch them pass by because they're not the thing you wanted to be. And I saw this so much earlier.
I don't even know where someone actually chase dreams because the world is random. You might actually lose people who sponsor you financially, or people who are there by you mentally or socially, and that whole phase of life might be zero. You- Just chasing that particular dream without moving ahead to other things, it's just pointless because what is built on randomness. Things might actually happen, right or wrong. So stop chasing that dream and actually pick up something. Even if you are chasing the dream, please pick other interest as something, because or observe what you have interest in aside that dream. That dream might actually ridicule you than you imagine, because you might actually fail. Doing this video right now, I might actually fail in YouTube, or I might never go popular on YouTube. But I have other things I pick interest on. So that dream, just one particular dream, is just stupid. And uh, and actually hope you just quit that dream phase or any other phase, because you might actually fail.
Really
I'm
on
telling you, you actually fail, and you might feel depressed. So just stop chasing that dream and pick another interest in something. And that's it. Bye.